Well, in today's polarized world, navigating discussions at the dinner table or office or anywhere really can be very daunting. But humor strategist and author Paul Osincup advocates for using humor to diffuse tensions and foster constructive dialogue in political conversations. And we need help. So he's back with us now. So let's just get this out there first and foremost, because people do get real prickly. I mean, I myself, who am very mellow, like I've been trained to be a mellow person, get a little prickly. So let's just say, we're not using humor to make fun of anybody or make fun of us. We're talking about using it to diffuse an issue, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we're all really passionate about what we believe in, especially when it comes to politics. But I think even the most passionate among us sometimes need a break to just mix the gravity of politics with the levity of it and be able to just lessen the moment. Because there's times where it's like, okay, am I trying to change the world in this moment? Yeah. Or am I trying to get through dinner? And if the answer is get through dinner, then maybe just lowering the temperature a little bit. Absolutely.
And if it's, especially when you're talking to some sometimes older relatives and stuff, and you may differ on opinions on stuff, and then you get so angry, and then you realize that they don't, but in times, maybe you can use that to get on the same page or something.
Totally, yeah.
So what do you have, three tips?
A few tips that you just keep in your back pocket for when you're going to be with the relatives. So first is to find a common thing that maybe everyone finds ridiculous. So as the tension starts rising and people are, going, hey, look, I don't know, I'll just be glad when these political attack ads are over, and then turn the attention back to yourself. I'm just glad they don't have that in my line of work.
Yes, okay,
Paul claims to be a big-time author, but he put an apostrophe ER at the end of the word more. We can't trust our reading to apostrophe Paul.
Well, I'm so going to call you that now, by the way.
Right. And so then, you turn that on yourself. People might have a laugh. They might go, yeah, well, that'd be like in my line of work.
Right. So that's smart. So make it universal. What's the next tip?
So next would be something called the comic triple. Comedians use this where you just list three things. The first two are obvious or mundane, and the third is funny, surprising, or different. So as the tensions rise, go, look, I don't know, you guys. I'll vote for anybody who will lower my taxes, boost the economy, and prosecute those who remove their shoes on the airplane. That's gross.
Nice.
Okay. And you can plug and play any pet peeve there.
That's perfect. All right, what's next?
And so finally, just a statement with a twist. So you take any political statement that's pretty common and then just give a surprise twist at the end. So as people are starting to argue or you're feeling it's starting to get heated, and you go, look, everybody, look, this fall, can't we all just come together to condemn turning our clocks back an hour? Because it's everybody, you got everyone's attention, and now it's now you're having a silly conversation about daylight savings.
I love this. This is really good advice for any kind of situation, but especially during this political season. So how do we handle it? Because like I said, I'm pretty much usually the comic, relief, but sometimes I get passionate. So if I'm at a dinner table, I'm somewhere, I can't just stab myself with a fork. What is your advice for, handling things with grace?
Well, sometimes it's about how we carry ourselves, just trying to go into it knowing okay, things are going to get heated, and choosing to, I'm just going to live a little lighter. We can rewire our brains, too, to see the humor in life more often.
That's true.
Which is why I wrote my book, is to help people learn to train their brain to do that. So, maybe at the end of the day or before going to that family function, just watching some comedy, give yourself a little comedy chaser before doing that, cleanse your palate and know nothing that happens here is going to be world changing. And again, we could also just get the whole group to agree on something different. So maybe the family's all together, tensions are rising, and it's look, everybody, we got to remember what this is about. What's important here is that none of us are 49ers fans. Whatever it is. And now everybody has a common enemy, right?
Oh, well, that might spark a debate in my house.
Right.
But I am definitely a Hawks fan. Thank you so much, Paul. Honestly, this is such good advice for all of us. And I really like that part about rewiring your brain. As a matter of fact, when I'm having a hard day, I listen to comedy on the way in.
Smart.
It's really good. I thought it was just, weird, but I really appreciate you making me feel that way.
The science says you are onto something.
All right. Thank you, Paul. And now with Paul's help, there might be hope for us yet.